Hi guys, my name is Deborah Ide and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time coming in, welcome. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. And I know that I missed Christmas, but sorry, still Merry Christmas. I know it's the first, it doesn't matter, but Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. If this is your second time, how far? Welcome. If this is your first time, make sure you check other videos of mine. Let this not be your first time, your last. That will not make sense. So today we're going to talk about anxiety and the new year, as you can probably see from the title of this video. I'll also be looking into my vision board for 2023. All the excitement about the new year, celebration of Christmas, the vision board, the fireworks, there's always like this tiny voice in your head for people who have anxiety and are prone to overthink that it may not come out as well, or you will still not achieve your goals of this for this year. And I think I'm a victim of that. On the 21st last year, I just decided to take a walk before the new year. I wanted to do some certain things and I just wanted to walk around and just like, because if you know, Janet, I'm not from family, so if you're in Nigeria, there's no crossover nights, no holding of candles, all those stuff. So I'm going to take a walk and just organize my thoughts and prepare myself for the new year. And it's lingered in my voice. You probably will not make it this year. Your goals and visions are not aligning. Okay, after this, what did you do? Like, what is the result of 2022? And I started having like a little bit of anxiety, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's true though, because and I had to remind myself that the God that actually took me through 2022 will bring me out in 2023 stronger. It was a crazy thing to think of, that I would be so anxious, because 2022 was really a crazy year for me, but it was also a very blessed year for me in so many ways that I cannot even explain, in my family, in my personal life as well. But there was a lot that happened in 2022, guys. Like, most people are saying like the first half of the year was rubbish and like the second half of the year was rubbish. Mine was like the quarter half of the year was rubbish, the next quarter was okay, the other quarter was rubbish, then this towards the end in December was actually very okay, but it was very stressful. It started with me losing my job in 2022 in the oddest way. Like, I just got called as I was sleeping, and I was just, until now I still have anxiety when I see anybody calling me that's not maybe with a name, like my friend or somebody I know, and the person just called and I was like, okay, please, after a while we have decided to remove from the job. And I felt so bad at first, because I didn't know that there were so many that left the job or they removed from the job. I thought it was just me, and I felt a certain way, and that rocked my confidence, and I was like, God, this is the end. How will I get another job? I struggled to get this job. And I remember walking down the street and crying. I'm like, oh God, having thoughts like, God, this is the end. And I had to put myself together. I was like, many things should happen and you are alive. The kind of money you're going to pay, the health bills. So I had to talk myself out of it. And I remember going back to my house and just like crying and being sad. And for a while I was down about it for a while, because the whole situation was unfair, how we were let go when we were not even taught well about the system then, and it did not really make sense that with the one job that finally hired me, I couldn't even make it through. So apart from that, I picked up myself after that, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm going to just pour into TikTok and social media as much as I can. I'll take as much pictures as I can, just live life and just be happy, and I'm not going to be sad. I also started gymming a lot, and even if I didn't lose drastic weight, it made me really understand my strengths in terms of lifting. I never knew I could lift, guys. I've still not reached my potential, because I realized that I was so scared of lifting. I would do like 10 kg for 2 weeks instead of like increasing it, as I feel like I'm getting used to 10 kg. So I have actually learned from that experience in my gym. But like, I never knew I could lift. I never knew I could really get down to it. Now going back to the gym, I'm a lot stronger than when I firstly entered the gym. It is so much different. And I also started playing guitar more consistently, even though I've not reached very well in terms of chord progression. But yeah, I'm trying to give myself props a bit. So those were like my first entering my 3 months of the year. It was confusing because I was crying, I was sad about my job, losing my job and everything, and starting school was crazy for me. Yes, I did well, I think, academically in school as well, even with the job and everything, but it was just a lot. Entering into the next half of the year was also something else, because I had gotten a new job from just connecting with someone who worked in the other job, which I'm so freaking grateful to this day, and was able to get a job that was a lot better and has the best set of workers. Like, they are just amazing. Work ethic is amazing and very helpful. And that was also another, even as amazing as they were, it opened the reality to an anxiety that I never knew I would ever have. I never knew that I would suffer from, what do you call it again? Oh my god, what do you call it? They call it oh my god. Oh my god. You guys, I forgot the name. It's imposter syndrome. So for the first time, I felt like I had imposter syndrome. It's something I felt like I would never have. Oh my god, like once I started making my money, like why would I ever feel like I shouldn't be there? Man, it hits me hard though. Like I felt so anxious in the workplace. Though I worked at home, that's just the funny thing. I was working at home and I'm a part-timer, but I felt so anxious, like I wasn't doing well. Once in a while, cry about it secretly and be like, oh my god, and I'll be sad about it, because as I was tackling training, I was also tackling exams and I was tackling lab work as well. We entered into lab work immediately after exams, so I didn't really have a time to rest, and I had to work as hard as everyone in the lab work, because it was not even a simple thing. We had to do like 900 samples. That's why masters, it's not for everybody. If you do, if not. So that was a lot. And after that, the next, I think, other half was me entering into chronic, and I won't say depression or anxiety, because it wasn't clinically termed by my therapist, in my school's therapist, but it was like, she was like, these are kind of like the symptoms. You cannot give somebody a prescription, like you can't really say the name, but like you have a child. So it was chronic depression. It was not really chronic, but I was entering a state of serious depression and anxiety, and I would call my mom and I'll call my sister, especially those two. I feel like they overtook it. And I will cry to them every time. I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here. And my mom will be like, man, Debbie, this is bad. This is bad. And she will be so freaking tired. And I would tell my friends as surface level as it should be, because I know we are all kind of not in the same predicament, but we're all going through a phase where we're trying to find ourselves, and this entering 25, and it's just like you don't want to stress each other, but at the same time you want to be okay, see what I'm going through. So I felt like telling my family members was a lot better, because they can take my wahala as much as possible, and so that was another thing. I cried a lot during that phase, and I was also trying to put myself out there into TikTok and YouTube, which I'm grateful for the amount of subscribers on YouTube as well, because I do know that I increased in the last 3 months than I've ever increased in the whole of this session. So it's just to be consistent, which I learned over time. But at the same time, please don't look at my subscribers and think it's like 1K or no, I'm like 400 and something, and I'm very grateful, because last year I was in 100 and something. Man, God is good. I was trying to be hard on myself, and I was trying to be like, you have to be consistent, you have to be like, yes, you're crying and everything, but you have to like really give it your all. If not, there's no point. And I was just sad, and I was just crying, and I was just depressed, and I felt like I was overworked, and it truly did affect my academics in a way that for other people it's not a big deal, but for me it used to be a big deal, because I did identify myself as being smart, because I felt like there was no other way to, when I was in a high school, I felt like I wasn't smart. So when I went to university and I became smart or nerdy, and I felt acknowledged by my grades, it made sense for me to be the smart person, like just be a smart person and be reading. So when I wasn't getting my 5 and I was getting my 4, instead of 5 is like A and 4 is like a B, and I was like, oh my god, I'm the worst. Instead of just thanking God I'm able to even have a work-life balance where I'm actually working hard and I'm still making my grades. I had to go to a therapist, and at this point I don't even think I was exercising, because I could not walk See, the lab work was so tedious. I could not even go to the gym, and I had to meet a therapist, my school therapist, who is extremely amazing, and I thank God for her every day, because she really talked to me, and we were able to talk about deep conversations that I never even knew affected me till now. And I cried a lot in that therapy session, and she was so kind about it. I'm professional, and she was very amazing, even though I had to work and do lab work as well, and I felt like it was all over. I didn't do lab work by then, sorry, it was all over the place. I felt very overwhelmed. I'm saying all this to say that even if I had all these bad things, I have to still focus on the good things. Like, God has done so much in my family, that everyone is alive and I'm alive, and even with the COVID stuff happening, I'm still being able to see a day like this. I'm thankful to God. I have fallen down the stairs this year. I have fallen sick for no reason. Then I had COVID at the end of the day after falling sick. Then I had a skin disease. I had anxiety. I had depression. So it was a lot last year, and I think that is why there's a new fear entering this year, because there's still a lot of things I want to achieve. Looking at my vision board, looking at what I want for finances, what I want for emotional goals and prosperity, and spiritual goals and prosperity. And it's like, instead of me to be looking at these bad parts, I need to really focus on the good part, because for the fact that I was able to survive, and I'm still surviving, still smiling, still striving with all that happened in 2022, that is amazing. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because when I was working on the 31st, I'm happy for the new year, new goals, and I really sat down with my feelings, and I was like, man, I'm entering 25 this year, which is bloody amazing, yes. But I really feel lost, and I feel like I have not done enough, and I feel like I have not done, and I don't know how next year is going to look like. And I really heard a voice, and God really telling me, if I was able to take you through 2022, I can take you to 2023. And whoever is feeling anxious, or very scared about 2023, because you don't know what 2022 sucked for you, like it was terrible. And I just want to let you know, I don't know how, maybe this is just God, but I just want to let you know that you can actually do this 2023, and God has your back. God has a plan. You are wonderfully and beautifully made, and He actually wants you to excel, and this year He's going to show you, and that is more important than any other thing that you're seeing outside. Whoever, like, just all these entertainment and amazing things that are happening during the year is good, but just keep it in mind that this year I'm going to excel, and this year God is actually thinking of me. And you too, also, you need to be loving on yourself, because you did this, you did that. Whoever is listening to this, whoever is maybe going through something this, or has experienced something maybe in the past few months or past few weeks of 2022, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. This 2023, we are going to push. So now that I have said that, I have spoken a lot for no reason, I will look into my vision board, the vision board, because I'm like, gosh. But I realized that this vision board, or having like a plan for every month, which I did last year, that was so helpful. And I would advise this, even if you don't do like a vision board for the whole year and everything, if you can do it for every month, I'm not used to banks. If you can do it for every month, it's definitely going to change your life and add like a new perspective for every month. So that's what I did for last year. It really helped me. And this year I want to do for the whole year, and also for the vision for monthly as well. So I have my vision board. I'll probably put it here. So let me just probably put it here. When I talk about physical, I'm talking about my health. After having the COVID, I did say I wanted to go back into being healthy and really work on myself in terms of health, and I want my mental health to reflect my physical health. And right now it's not reflecting, though I love myself and I love my body, and I feel like I've gone out of that phase of comparing and I hate myself and things like that. But I do want my physical health to reflect who I am inside, and I don't want to look down in 60 years from now, or is it 60 years? 60, I'll be 80, damn, 85, and be like, damn, I'm so weak and I can't. I want to be able to be to be strong and to be very healthy, and that includes eating fruits, having a good morning, because I realize also when I wake up in the morning I'm always very sad and moody, and I want to change that perspective of life. And because I will be waking up every morning to work even if it's not to work, but at a point I'm an adult, I will never have that sleep back, So I don't intend to always wake up in the morning and hustle for 6 hours of my life, but while I am doing that, I want to be happy and find joy in that. To exercise, to eat more food, to be social, and also just to love myself more. I felt like last year I was focused on consistency and like hustling and like, which is very good, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't loving to myself at all. I was very harsh, and I was very, I used a lot of harsh words on myself rather than being, okay, you're doing well, you're focusing, you're doing this, you're focusing from A to B. And I wanted to do so many things at the same time, which is what I feel like naturally I am as a person. I love to overthink, I love to overanalyze, I love to over this, over that. So now I just want to be loving. The goal for this year is to be loving, and with love we will actually reach each goal that we have planned to reach. I also want to focus on my skincare. As you can see, my skin has gotten better, but I always feel like it can get better than this, if you really look at me closely, I do have some spots and everything which I would love to clear out, and that is my goal for this year. This is just general. Also clean environment as well. I want to make sure that my room is always clean, because I do have dishes sometimes because we don't have a dishwasher. So I have to, maybe if in the morning I wake up and I eat, I have to always wash my dishes so it doesn't stay in the night. I just don't like that anymore, and I don't want to be, very good overthinker. If you want to make money, if you want to give me a job and say, Debbie, you'll make money, just say, we want you to overthink and overanalyze this, and I will probably do a good job at that. And that is what the girl at the right you're seeing probably here. Like, I want to be able to control my thoughts, and rather than think, just give it a go. I did that this last year. I actually always wanted to, I like singing and everything, but I don't have the confidence to sing. And I would never let people hear me sing, because I would be so embarrassed. I've always been told I don't have a good voice, shit like that, things like that, which is everybody's opinion. Then I went to an audition. I flunked the audition, guys, but at least I even went. Like, I even went on the stage, and that was very thrilling and amazing, and I felt so embarrassed after. I was like, oh my gosh. But like, I hopefully will do something with music and learn maybe more about producing, and I really want to learn all those stuff. Like, even if I don't do it in later years in my life, I want to learn as much as possible this in my 20s. So another thing I want to do is to focus on resting. I'm very good at being hardworking as well and pushing myself last year, and I don't rest as much. And COVID really showed me pepper. COVID said, sit your down and rest. And I have prioritized resting more, as much as I'm prioritizing hard work and pushing myself in some certain ways. I want to work, I want to rest, and know that God is in control, and if He says it will happen, it will happen. My overthinking is not going to stop it. My working hard and having it is not going to add. Some people will just do one thing and they have already made it. So God has me in His mind, and I need to rest sometimes. Also, I also want to focus on financial freedom. I feel like financial freedom can only be gotten with actually advancing yourself in terms of getting certificates that will push you into the job you want to do, learning about maybe if it's songwriting you want to do, or if it's dancing, how to dance, if it's TikTok, if it's this, if it's video editing. Like, I want to learn as much as possible, and that can help with financial freedom, because once you actually are what I've realized, very good in your passion, you can actually make it and you make it and be happy, rather than forcing yourself to make it in somewhere that you are not happy. I want to also learn about stocks and investments. I feel like I've always had the mentality that, I will meet somebody that know how to do it and they will teach me. Everybody that I know that has to do stock, they don't know what they are doing. I don't mean this badly, but they're always like, I've invested, but you understand? So probably I have to also learn this by myself and maybe have a class or something like that. I don't know. So that's there as well. Spirituality is also very important to me. Recently, I have been struggling from spirituality. I have slid back in the sense that I have not slid back in what I don't know, but I have not been as prayerful as I used to be at the beginning of last year. Last year, I was always reading my Bible and praying, and I think because of this work, I usually like to pray in the morning because that's what my parents taught me, Nigeria. But I feel like as I got this job and I wake up every morning by 5:30, then work to 2:30 or 12, depends on the day that I have to the shift. As I've started doing that, it actually makes me that's why I said I want to be happy in the morning, and it's hard to read the Bible, it's hard to pray, so I have decided to try to do it at night rather than in the morning. And also spirituality for me also encompasses music, and I love listening to music. I love being able to, hear things that, I don't know, music is it uplifts my spirit, and anything that should uplift or make my spirit happy is spirituality for me. So I want to be better at music and songwriting and guitar playing, and hopefully that would be my experience in 2023. You can just tell I'm already shy talking about. Also travel more. Like I said, anything that uplifts my spiritual mind should be spirituality, and traveling to Germany was really an amazing experience for me. I would love to travel more with or without people. I would love to explore, and I would love to, the opportunity I have, rather than overthinking, I would love to just enjoy it. And Europe is such a beautiful place to travel to. Like, it is one of the best places to travel to, honestly. And while I'm here, I would love to explore as much as possible. So for another thing I want to emphasize on the vision board, as you can see, it is centered around a picture of me when I was a child. This is very important to me because I feel like I saw this picture when I was in Germany, and I didn't even know that they had this picture of me. I really look like myself. But it was, when I looked at it, it kind of was sad for me because I looked at her and I just felt a little bit like I have disappointed her a bit, because some of the things she remembers I'm still doing, and not in a good way, and that makes me sad. Still anxious, still fearful to do some certain things that make me happy, and I look back and I'm like, have I really grown as a person? Though in some certain ways I have grown, but have I really grown as a person? Have I really made her proud? And the reason why I centered my 2023 vision board around her is because whenever I look at the board, I need to remember who I was before and why I should not remain in the same place. And it's very important to me to see that and to remind myself that I love who she was, and I want to really protect her and make her great in her 30s or 35 or when she's 40. And that's the plan, and I don't want to let the things that happen to us when we're younger make us feel like we have to remain in the same position or think the same way. So yeah, that's why I centered my vision board around her. I also emphasize on some of the characters that I hated about myself this year that I noticed, and all characters that I want to do better. Like I said, anxiety, my tongue, I was very mean to myself. I need to be better at doing that. I was very good at being social. I feel like I made a lot, not really best friends with them, but like I made a lot of people that are really, really nice, and I'm very excited by that. I became a little bit more positive during the end of the year, which I noticed. I have changed my mentality about money before. For me to, and it's not like I'm a selfish person, but I was always scared of losing money because it was just scary. Money was scary for me. But now I'm able to buy things for myself and be okay, Debbie, you deserve this, because me, I normally we die there. You understand? But like, I can give to people if they need, but for myself, it's like, okay, why will I buy for myself? You understand? Doesn't make any sense. Like being overly nice when it's not necessary, and that obviously led to stupidity and people being rude. So those are just the small things that I've noticed, and I don't want to continue in 2023. And I made my vision board from Canvas in case you want to join and you want to make a vision board and you already know what you want for your 2023. I'll drop the link down below of how how I made my this thing, or not the template. So you just attach your photo there. And I really pray that this 2023, for all of us who have a certain anxiety, overthinking, and we want to push ourselves into certain goals, like maybe you want to create a YouTube channel, do it, or you want to start music, do it, or you want to start a podcast, or you want to go into computer engineering, you want to leave from pharmacy to medicine, or from medicine to arts and science. Just do it. Like, it doesn't really matter. You have literally one life, and I pray that God gives us the confidence to do what we want to do, no matter our age, size, or race, or whatever, and just, find it within ourselves to really do what we want to do, because this life is once. It's just one life. And that's it for my 2023 goals and my summary of last year. It was a bittersweet year, but towards the end I really enjoyed my experience in a lot of things, and I really had my mental health focus. I realized that writing helps me a lot, and doing other things helps me to release myself from that overthinking. So if you like this episode, make sure you like, subscribe, click on the notification button for more content from me. If you did not like this episode, you don't have any choice. I'm kidding. But make sure you like, subscribe, share this video. Make sure you tag a friend in case they are going through anything like anxiety during this period. It's a period of excitement or celebration, but there's a lot of pressure as well, and we must remind ourselves that we are only living for us, and we have to take things slowly. So that's it for my video. I hope you liked this video. I hope you comment, tell me what you think. What's your vision for 2023? Like, what do you want to do in 2023? What do you feel like you're passionate about? And maybe at the end of 2023 you can comment back and be like, you know what, I was able to do this. So let me know in the comments. Make sure you have a wonderful day, and Happy New Year.